I need to turn that down before I go up. Good evening, everyone. What is up and how are you guys doing today? I know sometimes my live streams go a little crazy in the beginning. I forget to do stuff and mess things all up. Anyways, welcome to the Grey Exchange. How is everybody doing? Milkmaid, what is up? Joe Morgan, Colleen Rich, Prep for It, Be Charming, Arc Wildman Survival, Milo on the Ready, Wacky Prepper. Let me see. Milkmaid, Be Charming. Did I get everybody? Am I caught up yet? Keto Homestead with Jess, Gardner Josh. Let me see. Did I catch it? Monty's in the house. Mouse is in the house. Lady T Survival, Tiger 454. Everybody is rolling on in. Awesome. Glad to see you folks. So, to give you guys an idea, reason I'm interviewing Mark is a long time ago, me and Mark talked about interview when we first met. And what's up, Gene W? And he could never do it because of his work. Mark works a lot. And we wanted to talk about a bunch of different things. And then he brought it to my attention the other day. He was like, I'm off for the first time. Do you want to do this on Tuesdays? I said, heck yeah, let's do it. What is up, Sally? What is up, S. Moore? Stars Prepper. Thank you all for jumping in. And did I miss anybody? I think everybody good. So that's the reason I'm going to be interviewing Mark today. Let's go ahead and throw up this banner. And remember, Thursday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be picking a winner for the May's Super Chat of the Month giveaway. And I got something good to give away. It'd be pretty cool. All right. So you guys are probably wondering what's going on. What's up, Zane? Red Burning Fires. Let me see who else we got in here. Donna, or don't you know? I like that, from Wisconsin. That's pretty cool. Mark is from Wisconsin. Mike S, what is up? Where's the beef, right? You got to ask the cyber hackers or whatnot in regards to the beef. Meant to be RV and good to see you. All right. So enough of me saying what's up. I get the same thing. I'm like Rudy over Alaska Prepper. I like, saying what's up to everybody in chat. So if you guys are familiar with the way I do the interviews for the first half hour, I want to concentrate on my guests. I will try to keep track of the chat itself. What's up, Bella? And go from there. And then after the first half hour, we'll field questions from the chat and stuff like that and run from there. All right. So let's bring up my guest. Some of you folks may know him. Some of you may not. But today is your night to meet Mark over at Rolling Homestead. What is up, Mark?
How's it going?
Hey, look. He's even in chat. He's in chat. Well, like I was telling the folks, Mark, we've been planning this for quite some time. And I'm glad you brought it to my attention because I've been wanting to do this for quite some time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But we got some good folks in chat, which is awesome. Thanks so much for all you folks being here. I think we got like about 39 in chat. We got 32 likes, so we're getting there, man. We're moving on, and everybody is saying what's up, Mark. So Mark, do you guys want to give these folks some folks that may have not met you before or may not know of you that are in chat? Because I get some new folks in chats as well sometimes. If you would like to kind of what's up, Big Bear Preps. Let them know a little bit about yourself and your homestead and whatnot and all that fun stuff.
Sure. So as you can see, Rolling Homestead, otherwise for the long version, is I'm Rolling Homestead in central Wisconsin and Wild Edibles. We started this journey back in 2008 when Moon decided that times were tough. At that Pacific time, I lost my job to the Big C. They took our main plant. I was trained in robotics, and they took that plant and moved it to China. So I was laid off, but the thing is, I was a part of the aerospace union. I got a full ride to go back to school. Well, if everybody knows what happened in 2008, the whole stocks, everything plummeted. So she decided it was time that we start growing our future into preparedness. And I was a farmer my whole life, and I've been a machinist my whole life. And I'm like, well, all right, let's go. I have my military background. This shouldn't be so tough. So I started doing some videos, and was playing out in the woods and doing my bushcrafting and stuff. And I wanted to show that to my son. So I started taping them. And somebody told me, hey, you should put that stuff up on YouTube. Like, what are you talking about? Never even knew anything about it. And that's how my whole channel started. It used to be called Bushcraft and Wild Edibles in Central Wisconsin. And then in 2017, we bought the homestead. And then I really switched things over to being more of a thriving preparedness and homesteading than I was anything else. I mean, I still do my winter camping and I do my bushcrafting during the wintertime, but solely in the summertime is all about the homestead. And we teach people how to grow their soil, grow the biggest and baddest vegetables that you can have. Some of the best plants and home heirloom seeds that we can find out there. We show what's the good, the bad, and ugly of everything.
That is awesome. What is the size of your homestead, Mark?
2.75 acres. So you can do this. Grey got a chance to do a little a virtual walkabout with me today. And like you saw, there's a lot of stuff on 2.7 acres.
Agreed. You got fruit trees, you got vegetables, you got medicinals, you got edibles. I mean, you got a lot of stuff on that property.
Yep. And the idea is we both agreed that we wanted whatever we put on the property here, we want to eat it. So it has to have, as a homesteader and anybody that is back to the basic kinds of way of life, you always have to have more than one reason to have that. So it has to have dual purpose. And I said, if we can, whatever we put on here, let's make sure that we can eat it. They had very nice flower beds when we bought the place and stuff like that. Some of the stuff here you can't eat, and I wasn't going to tear it all out, but everything that we put in here is either medicinal, edible, or it's not here.
Hey, it's a good idea, Milkmaid. It's always good to take notes in regards to stuff like that. Mark has a lot of information.
Milkmaid, I do. And like you guys can see in the chat, I am a big believer. And if you want your vegetables to be what you want them big, you want them full of nutrients, you want that good stuff, it starts at the soil. Starts at the beginning, and I'll preach it every time.
So, Mark, prior to becoming a homesteader, did you live in a suburban environment, or did you live in a more of a non-rural area?
I lived in a 3-bedroom apartment in a cul-de-sac on a dead-end road, and there was three vets besides myself on this road, and I conned landlords into letting me have a garden for the first couple of years. And then it just got too hectic and neighbors and everything else. So they put the kibosh on the garden. And then it got to the point where it just wasn't a place for us. We outgrew it, and with the kids and everything, and we wanted something permanent, and we wanted to get out of there. The neighborhood was falling apart. So then we decided, hey, we got to start looking. And it was kind of funny because when I saw this place, it was a little bit over than what we had for budget. It was a deer farm. And I'm like, well, let's just go check it out anyway. And I got out of the truck and I stepped on the ground and I said, this is a place for me, out in the middle of nowhere. Beautiful apple trees and everything were here, They just had the little raised bed garden. They didn't have the big one like we got now. They had chickens running around and all the trees and stuff. I said, this is perfect. And to make a long story short, is on a deer farm, people were driving by here and pulling into the driveways because we got one in the front and one in the back. And his prize buck got his horns broke. And that's where he said, I draw the line. And we made an offer and they accepted and been here ever since. And we've been improving and putting everything that we can into it.
No, that is truly awesome. It's one of my goals. You know this, Mark, and a lot of folks in chat know that my goal is to get a homestead. I think it's going to be truly awesome. And Harvey Black just posted up your latest video, the book challenge, which I will be a part of. I've been tagged in that one, so I will be doing a video on the book challenge myself. And Five Virtues agreed. Get out of the cities. 100%. I agree with you folks in chat. Now, Mark, you were also in the military. If you don't mind talking about that a little bit.
Yep. I went in 1992. I didn't even get a graduation. My graduation was my graduation day was on the bus to boot camp, or actually down in Milwaukee to MEPS. And I went from 1992 to 2001, and I came out, and I decided that with the stuff that I learned in there, I knew that our world was changing. I didn't like politics when I was in there in the beginning, and I saw how much politics had incorporated into the military life of things, and I just wasn't going to be a part of that. So it was time for me to pull my roots and go somewhere else. I do sometimes wish, though, I would have retired and done a lot of other stuff, but I didn't.
Yeah, me too, brother. I pondered that many times, but maybe it was just our time to get out. You know what I mean?
Yep. But it did teach me a lot of very good skills, and a lot of those skills I use on a daily basis. And with the homesteading, the prepping, the bushcraft skills, that's all part of that from what and the service. And then when I was a younger kid too, I was one of my good friends, his grandpa was the medicine man. I want to call him the medicine man because that's what he kind of was, or the shaman of the tribe. And we'd always be together. And one day he said, well, he was going to go in the woods and teach him some edibles. And we were playing outside. He says, well, you're always with them. You might as well come too. And that's how the whole journey started.
Hey, it's to me, the reason I enjoy the military is it gave me a lot of life skills and, tactical skills. I did learn a lot while I was in, so I have to give it credit for what it was due. It did teach me a lot of things. I went in 92 as well. That's why we probably get along so much.
Yep.
Teresa says her hubby had his 18th birthday in basic, 79 to 2001. That's awesome, Teresa. That being said, we got 52 in chat. We got 52 likes. We're doing awesome. You guys are amazing people. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Harvey. So with people, there's a lot of folks, myself included, are a lot of, I call you more of a prep steader. You know what I mean? Because you're a homesteader, but you have the prepper mindset as well. Mm-hmm. For folks looking for let's say a property that want to do some homesteading, and I know it can differ from region and area and climates and stuff like that. Are there any things that you learned as you were looking for property and things that you could have been like, certain things to look for in a property that you want to turn into a homestead?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And it breaks down into a water source. Okay. Your well, obviously when you buy a house or something like that, you have to have your well tested, your septic and all this other stuff. But I wanted to have a really good source of water. And I do, because of, like I showed you today, the big fields that are around us, we do get our water tested yearly, which reminds me I got to do that to make sure nothing is getting leached into our water source. So every year I have them come and take a sample of the water. But I wanted to have somewhere where I was open. And this came from the military side of things because I want to see for long distance. And I want to be able to see something's coming from a long ways away. What I didn't realize, and no one told me, was out here, we are in the snow belt. So when it snows a couple inches in town and that stuff starts blowing around, we get a couple feet. And it is brutally nasty out here in the wintertime, but in the summertime, it's beautiful. So my first thing is I didn't want to have neighbors. I wanted to be somewhere where I could do whatever I wanted to do, and I didn't have to worry about anything. If I want to target practice, I can target practice. If I want to yell at the top of my lungs, I can yell at the top of my lungs. Like if they're closer into town, they're only allowed so many chickens and they can't have a rooster. Well, guess what? I want my roosters, I want my animals, I want my cows, whatever means necessary. I don't want to be bothered. The other thing that I was looking at is that I needed a workspace. So I needed a shop. You got to put all your tools, everything in there. I wanted a decent shop. So that's one of the things I was looking for. The other thing is that I wanted an area to grow things. And this place is really nice because of all the apple trees and the fruit trees that were already here, and the pine trees and stuff that were already here. So they were already put in place. So that was a bonus. And we like the old farmer style house. Our house was built in 1910 is when this house was built. And it is a stucco brick style house. It is a tube frame. So, hey, Nicholas Green, good to see you, buddy.
I was going to say the same thing. Welcome, Nicholas. Thank you for joining us. He's heading to Wisconsin in the morning.
Awesome. I know where he's going. So that's what we were looking at, is we wanted to, everything that we needed, we wanted to make sure that we could either put it here or it already was here and it provided. Some of the things that I didn't count on was the soil. The soil here is very clay and gravel. Not what I'm used to at all. Back home where I'm from, very rich soil. So right away, I'm like, okay, I need to really dig into making my soil because I can't grow anything here our first year. And the boxes, they dry out so quick because the wind's blowing through, dries things out. So we're like fighting on everything, and we've fought tooth and nail with everything that we've done so far. But by building our soil, doing the back-to-eat method, I've been putting the cardboard down, breaking that down, my composting with my chickens. All of that stuff has turned this into a very, very nice place.
Nicholas, I put slow mode on so I could stay up with chat sometimes. Sometimes it'll speed by, brother, and that's what I put it. And Nicholas says you exactly know where he is going.
Yep, I do.
And Nick, just so you know, since I have your ear, Nick, I want to put you in the same position I have Mark in. I'd like to have you on the channel and have a discussion with you, man, and give you a little interview, man. So looking forward to reaching out to you, Nick. I'm looking forward to getting you on here one of these days.
So I'm guessing the notifications I set all work because Nick's here.
Yeah.
He's here.
We got a good group in this chat, man. We got 66 in there. We got 60 likes. We're doing pretty good, man. Pretty good. So a lot of people asked, and I'm always curious because you have some livestock, right? Because that'll be easy to start with the livestock before we go into the plants that you have on the property.
Yeah, depending on what you're going to do, like my idea was to have, I wanted to do a rotation on the Black Angus. So when I was doing it, I'm looking and I'm like, holy man, cows have really gone up in price since I left the farm. And then I come to think about it, if we had a bull, we'd just save it and we would harvest that down the road. So it would just be, we didn't neuter it and away it went on. So I was like, man, this is really expensive. Then you gotta put these things up for a year. You gotta, we do have the 2 pastures. So I figured, we can put a couple in there, keep the pastures trimmed down and, do that. So we rotate the beef every other year. But then I've got my chickens for the eggs. And then we did Red Rangers for meat birds. I picked them because I like the idea of the free range. I did a lot of research on the Red Rangers. And I really like that they are just like a normal bird. They scratch, they do their things. They're not like the normal meat birds that just lay around by the feeders. I wanted to do that. Recently now, we had a fox come and take the majority of our, we're down to 2 chickens. We went from 12 birds to 2.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to be ordering some Australops and I'm going to get a guard goose. So we're going to get a goose here. Problem is that we have geese flying over us all the time. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see what he does when he sees all these geese flying over the top, or if they come and land in by us. But we do that. The problem up here is the very harsh weather that we have. You have to be in we can go 30 minutes back home and it can be 10, 15, 20 degrees difference. That's a big change. So weather-wise, it really restricts to what we're capable of having. Everybody's like, well, why don't you have goats and why don't you have this and that? And it's just like the weather here is really harsh. It'd be really hard. It's hard on the birds. We have to have special birds that can handle this kind of cold environment. I lost birds, and I had one that actually got frostbite on her feet because she ran out into the snow and they're not dumb. They're not the brightest birds, so they just sat out there and decided they were going to walk back, and they got frostbite on their toes. But I did manage to make a greenhouse effect run, which allows in the summer. I got a video out. It shows it was 17 below outside, and it got up to 30 degrees in there, which is a huge difference. Sometimes it can be up in the 60s depending on how direct the sun is. So we were able to do that, and by having the leaf compounds or leaf compost in there and the bedding in that run, we were able to keep it at a decent temperature throughout the winter, which was really nice. The bad side of the things to that was it also allowed and brought in rats. So I get some sniper shots of shooting rats in the wintertime.
That sounds like fun. Target practice.
Yeah, it was. It was actually pretty interesting. And I didn't know that it's actually a thing in Europe, is where I found out, because I was looking at how to get rid of them. And in Europe, they have big issues with rats, and they actually do that. And they use dogs and weasels to go after the rats, and they kill them instantly. So once in a great while, you'll have the rooster would if you find the right rooster, they'll take care of the issue. I've seen them do it with mice and stuff in there before, but the rats they didn't seem to worry too much about. And the consumption of what rats can consume, my chicken feed bill was going up and up and up, and I said, this has got to stop. And of course, you have the disease and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, from my understanding, a lot of folks that I've talked to that are homesteaders, say that if you're going to start with some sort of livestock, to start with chickens, it's usually the easier route to go for most folks.
Yep. And you think about it is then you have your compost. Everything on the property is used. So most people are grass clippings going to the compost bins, like you saw today. I showed you one of them. The chicken, the bedding and stuff, their manure drops down in there. That goes in there. All of our chicken supplies I actually throw in the summertime, we'll throw vegetables from the garden for the chickens in there and let them scratch and dig around. The sawdust from our wood chips, the bark, everything goes down in the compost and gets used up. So there's nothing here that is wasted at all. And then if I got branches and stuff, I'll get the chipper up and I'll chip that. That's the biggest thing with the homesteading is the startup expense of things that you need. I know some people, the first thing they do is get a tractor and stuff like that, where I'm still doing it the old fashioned way with a wheelbarrow and pitchfork. So.
At B Lady, one of the best in the industry is a Spy Point, but they're a little bit pricey. And folks in chat, I'm just talking to her specifically. I was going to try to type it out, but it was just easier to say it. And in regards to trail cams.
And then five virgin preppers. We don't have asbestos and lead paint in here. A lot of the walls still had the plaster and lats still in them. And when we came through, the first project that I did in the house is I had to redo the bathroom, and it had, believe it or not, Grey, had 5 layers of paint in there. And I went and I made the mistake because I took the tub out and we did put a whole new surround in and redid the bathroom. And so I'm like up there and I'm like, oh, there's some caulk lines up here. I'm going to take the putty knife and get rid of them caulk lines. And then all of a sudden the paint just come flying off of there. So then I had to scrape the whole ceiling to get that off. It was just a disaster. So anybody that has a house has an idea that there's always repairs. There's always things that you need to do. But to your question, the other thing I wanted to look at is the foundation was number 1 on my list. And this is coming from the contractor side of things, is I wanted to make sure I had a good, solid, strong foundation. I wanted to make sure that the roofs that I had on the buildings and outhouses were in great condition. We have steel on everything, so that was a plus. The septic system, they replaced when we moved in here because it wasn't kosher, and they replaced the well pump. They actually because we were a bigger family than them, they put a bigger style well pump in to allow us more water pressure. So those all were the things that I wanted to make sure that I had a solid foundation. The house was in good shape. The roofing, because you think about it, that's a huge expense. If you got to put a new roof on a place, you're looking at anywhere from $5 to $10 grand, depending on how big it is and what you're going to be putting on there. And with when I started this whole process, I actually got a part-time job working for Menards. So anybody that watches my videos, they always see me having a Menards t-shirt on. That's because I used to work there. And I figured, hey, it's a good way for me to get hands-on on all the new stuff that's coming out. And plus I get a discount to help me do things for the house. So that's how that all started. Like, if you guys don't know, Menards has a discount area where they have scratch nicked doors. The 2 doors that I put in the entryway, I've got, they wouldn't sell them to me, but Moon went down there and I got 2 nice, beautiful lead glass, fancy glass doors. I think we paid $75 for the both of them. So there is some pluses to that.
Now, I know, like I said, I know you have a lot of different plants and stuff like that. Before we get into the plants, maybe we should do plants first, because my other one's going to be more time consuming, because this one's going to be more of the intriguing stuff when we dive into the wild edibles and medicinals. But if you just kind of give us like a little brief idea of the type of fruits and vegetables that you have on your property.
So we have 25 different apple trees. Besides, we've got 4 Washington trees, and then we have the Galas, Granny Smiths, and then there's a couple other ones there that I don't know exactly remember what they all are, but there's 25 apple trees on the property. There is 2 prune trees, or no, not prune, I'm sorry, they're plum, and I have 2 pear. And then we have a cherry tree, and then I have my different pine trees. One, especially the red oaks or the big red pines, where I get my fatwood. I've got a bunch of them on the property. And then we have my blueberry bushes and my gooseberry bushes, just to name a few. That's just in the trees and the bushes.
Yeah, I know you got all kinds of, from what you were showing me with your onions and your garlic, Swiss chard. I mean, you got all kinds of good stuff going on.
Yep, and that's the we went down to the local farmers market because my last batch of garlic, finally I wore it out. They say that you have from your seed stock about 7 years is what you have for your garlic. So I ran that out and I wasn't getting good numbers of garlic. So I went down to the local farmers market, and there was a Hmong family there. And I asked him if this was organic. He said yes. And I said, are they heirloom? And he said yes. So I took, I think it was like 3 bundles of their garlic that they had. I think there was like four or 5 bulbs they're selling for $3. So I brought it home, and I went through and I picked what I wanted for seed. The rest of it, I made garlic tincture out of it. So that was the start of it all. And then the stuff that you saw today is actually, this is going to be its 3rd year. So every 7 years, I try to go get new stock on my garlic because it just about runs it dry.
That's awesome, man. That's it's pretty good. I mean, it looks like a pretty decent crop, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And then we do a lot of companion planting. We found out that in boxes, you do a lot better if stuff is close. You figure a garlic clove is anywhere from 2, 3, 4 inches in diameter. So the more that I put in there, number one, because of my high winds, I protect it from getting knocked over if it doesn't have that much room to grow. And it helps for weeding too, because then the weeds aren't allowed to grow and they're so heavy. We do have wood chip on the top like you saw, so there's always wood chip on the top. That's for moisture control because boxes tend to dry out real quick. And then you're spending money and time watering, where if you have the wood chip on the top, it'll keep some moisture in there and the box is better.
Bee lady, that's a good question. I don't know. Mark, do you have any peach trees on your property?
We had one and it didn't make it.
Did you ever have any issues with black rot?
I couldn't even get it. I mean, it froze the first year, so I was never able to get it to even go. And there's a story too. Is there's called what is called bare root trees versus the ones that you get in tubs. Stay away from the bare root trees. They are harder to go, and it takes them twice as long than one that's already established in a pail.
That's good to know. All right. So the big question before we get into questions from the chat, is what sparked your interest, your initial interest in regards to, the medicinal and edible plants? Was there anything that triggered you to start, diving into this realm of things, or, like what sparked your interest in this field of things?
I'm not a fan of big pharma. Number one, it started. I had it throughout my childhood. Your typical leeks, your dandelion, your stuff like that. Your sorrows, your they call it bushcraft sab, which would be yarrow, and your plantain. So I knew this stuff as I was a kid growing up, and the different things, And then it got to the point where I had my third and fourth. I had my third and fourth vertebrae, and my disc blew out, and I had my third and my fourth one. And they were giving me 1,900 milligrams of ibuprofen a day. And I was having some extreme gut pains, and I was like, I can't keep doing this. And so I started doing some research, and I found out that I could do a willow bark tincture or make some willow bark tea, and it has aspirin, and it was a anti-inflammatory and some of the same concepts. So I'm like, hey, why not? I'm gonna give this a shot, and it worked. And I know other people have told me, hey, I tried that stuff, it didn't work, and that's just because how your body reacts to things. And I'm like, if something like that is out there, everything on the earth was given to us to use. So I wanted to dig into it more, and through other things we learned, we started making our own tinctures. I found out some of the antibiotics, like I was making the tinctures with garlic tincture, and I was using a bunch of other stuff. Barberry is one of those stronger antibiotics that you can make. So I was getting into this more, and chaga. So I found out 2 years ago that my mom had stage 4 lung cancer, and most of my family have died from lung cancer because they're all smokers. And when I started to talk with my uncle, who was the last one that just passed away from lung cancer, I said, he didn't want to drink the teas. He was too big and too, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do this. Well, then I found out my mom had it. Hmm. So then I really, really started digging into the medicinal side of things and how plants and vegetables can actually turn that process around. That's when I found out about the whole chaga, pumpkin, and some of the juices that I made. And I got those videos they're way back in there for cancer fighting juices. And my mom went to her first chemo thing, and she came back and she says, I don't want to do this. And, so you have to choose between what your mom wants or not have your mom around. And I said, what about your grandson and everything else? And she says, okay, well, you fix it. I said, okay. And I started down that journey, and I got into a fight with her chemo doctor. And I said, we're not going to be doing that crap. And knock on wood, she never lost a nail. She never lost hair. She never lost a thing. And she went through her chemo and radiation with flying colors and had no issues. And her tumor had consistently shrunk. And with that, what we need to understand is that cancer is in our body. I found this out. It's there. It's dormant. Everybody has some sort of something in there if it was passed down, however it works. And then it becomes active. Well, our immune system is down, which will then our stress or whatever, anxiety, all of them things can affect that. And by keeping ourselves charged with good gut health, your immune system is up to where it needs to be, all of that stuff, we have a fighting chance with what's going out there right now, especially in the days that we live in. We were talking today about the flu, right? And how people now the flu's magically disappeared. Influenza A, all them other ones magically disappeared. You can do this by keeping yourself, for number one, your immune system up. You can get your calcium, your vitamins, and your minerals all through that. And we can rebuild your blood vessels and all that other stuff through medicinal plants. And when I saw what it did with my mom, it was like a no-brainer. It's like, okay, this really works. They don't want people. There's a lot of people out there that are using medicinal plants that they don't want others to know about.
Agreed. I think, and I've been watching things pop through chat here, and I agree. Food has a lot. Proper nutrition and the good foods, not the foods that you get in most places, can make you a lot healthier, right? Consuming foods that you grow, and other types of foods like that, and also medicinal plants and edibles and whatnot. Uh, Basically, what I'm talking about is staying away from all the processed foods and fast foods and stuff like that. Now, I know some folks, you guys are kind of stuck in certain situations where you can't just do, uh, as I call it, clean eating. But if you start to limit that and move away from it, you'll see your health improve.
It all starts in the gut, and we found that out with our apple cider vinegar. We make all our own apple cider vinegar now, and that's why my apple trees are so important. We were talking today. I was showing you some of the flowers that I thought that got hit by the frost. That's the whole start of things, is to make, because our body is acidic, and there's a certain level that has to be productive. And when the foods that we eat now, the processed foods that you're talking about, all that kind of stuff is just not in our best interest. And when I went to a local organic store, organic fruit, I figured, okay, this is going to be good. And I bit into that thing, and it tasted like fish. So a pepper or tomato should not taste like fish. Or you go there and it has no taste at all. I'm like, this isn't right. And that's what got me going down the rabbit hole of making sure that everything I plant in my garden is best for us, gives us the most nutrition, and it's the healthiest for us. And that was a journey 4.5 years ago, and we're still kicking.
Northern Girl has a thing. Let me type this out real quick. She said her mom is on immunotherapy. Did you have any take on immunotherapies? Her mom has stage 4 as well, and she's asking, where was it at? Let me back up here. My mom was in immunotherapy. Can Rolling touch on this?
There's a lot of, I know the doctors don't like to do the edible side of things. The best thing, there goes Arlie. The best thing that I can tell you to do is do your research with chaga. You can pumpkin. Now that's a pumpkin. When you got to grow your own pumpkin, and you have the not the pie filling that you can go buy at the store. You're actually looking for pumpkins. It's another really good one. If you go check out my juicing video, there's another good one. The main thing that you want to do with your mom is you want to keep her immune system overcharged, because then the chaga will work, and it actually starts to rebuild the blood cells. And what chaga does is it actually goes in there and it wraps itself around the cancer cell and doesn't allow that cancer cell to grow anymore. Meanwhile, it's also rebuilding your blood vessels. It's doing a lot of other stuff. I was hydrating my mom, not just with water, but I was using cucumbers, because cucumbers is a great hydration. And that was one of the basic things, but she had to learn how to eat totally different. And that's the stages with that. If you can do it with the therapy, but I think the faster alternative was the chaga, the juicing, everything like that.
Thanks for that. We're almost at 40 minutes, Mark. That fast. If you guys want to ask Mark questions, if you can put them in all caps, or grab my attention or one of my mods' attentions. I do have one question that I did catch from the Bee Lady Apiary. I'm just going to call you the Bee Lady. It says, Mark, do you use fertilization in your gardens, including fruit trees and berries?
Nope. All I do is use compost. I use wood and decomposing bark. And I do use some of the, I think it's called perlite, the white stuff in flour to keep it, or in your potting soil. We do use that to keep it in aerated and fluffy, but everything else is either grass, chicken manure, cow manure, bark, wood chip, more like that style of things. With berries and fruit trees, some are acidic. So like some plants do not like acidic soil. Some plants do better in acidic soil. So like tomatoes are calcium burners. They're really high in calcium. I was explaining to Gray today, one of the tricks to that is using oyster shells. If you have chickens, you got oyster shells. You can mix that in the dirt as a slow release, or if you want the more of the now, which is the more expensive way, you can actually go buy a milk and dump it in there, and the tomatoes will take that calcium in right away. And your peppers and stuff like that, that's more of a potassium.
All right. Let's see. Where did I? Because I'm probably going to miss some. If I miss you guys, just go ahead and send it back. The milkmaid said through tinctures for chaga or cooked in food.
I do the tinctures, which is going to be a double extract tincture, where you're taking both properties of the chaga. If Jess is in here, she found the cheapest and best quality for the buck chaga. So Jess, if you want to drop that link or what that product was, that'd be great. She was using it for her husband.
That's good to know.
North Cal Pepper, Mark, plants to eat, lower your blood sugar. Stay away from sugar. Sugar is like crack cocaine. So if you can stay away from it, the better you're going to be. Red Brain Fires, I do not have one for harvesting chaga. I do have one for making the chaga out there. You harvest chaga in the winter. That's when all the nutrients come back from the birch tree. I do talk about where to find it and how to look for it. That video is in my repertoire playlist. I think I have it under the wild edibles.
Alan asks, have y'all know anything about building ram water pump and running water?
Nope, and that's what that's my next thing on the homestead, and this is more of a preparedness side of things because I do have a nice well. I am in the process of looking for deep well extraction. I'm in that same boat too.
It says Northern Girl says she's tried to get her mom on chaga and silver colloidal, but she is
silver.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the hard thing is that older people, they are truly. I mean, I used my son as a niche with my mom. I really did. I made her the whole pity party that he's not going to have his grandma. So, and that changed her way of thinking. And that's the whole side of things is you have to change their thought process. She didn't want to take what I do is I take cucumbers in the summertime. We grow a bunch of them, and then I juice them and I freeze them in pucks. And then I'll drop them in the freezer because you guys know cucumber is huge with hydration. You can drink water, and there's videos out there that you guys will see that too much water, you can actually die from drinking too much water. Where with the cucumber is a great way to hydrate. And so we do cucumber, we do pineapple. The other side of this is a hot pepper. You need something to open up the capillaries, open up your blood vessels. So most people they just use cayenne. So if you guys check out your sport drinks or anything like that, your teas, they're going to have red cayenne pepper in there because it's one of the mildest ones that has the best capsaicin, which allows your blood vessels to open up and get that minerals to your body. I overloaded it with some of the pepper seeds that I sent Gray. I call them my Mexican chilies. They're a little bit hotter than the cayenne pepper, and their capsaicin count is a lot higher, which allows that nutrients and minerals to actually dive right into your system, and lets your body absorb it. So she was putting that into her juicing throughout the year. When I made the pucks, she didn't know it. I was just throwing them in there and making the juice. Froze them, gave them to her. Here you go. So I knew that she was getting it.
Survival Julie says, is chaga good for lowering blood sugar? I know cinnamon works.
Yes, chaga is good for lowering your blood sugar. It is one of the longest rap sheet that I've ever seen for a medicinal plant. I shouldn't say that it's not a plant. It's actually a growth on the side of a birch tree. The rap sheet is very long, and it is huge.
That's pretty cool. The next question is from Tiny Titans. Any good ones for anxiety?
You can chamomile is really good on anxiety side of things. The problem is that it's a tranquilizer, so you need quite a bit of it. Anxiety, the best thing that's out there for anxiety is gardening. By far. It is the most, you can talk to anybody that has done it for a while. It's the most calming. If it's just growing a flower, doing making your own boxes, buying boxes, whatever you need is necessary. But just being out, it seems like in the dirt, being out in the garden is one of my all-to things for anxiety. But there is more. I do have, let me see here. This book that we did with the book challenge, it's in here, guys. So if you haven't seen that video, it's there.
Trying to make sure I'm not missing any question. Charlie at NL Ghost Wolf says chaga is king of the herbs. Been drinking it for years.
Yep.
I wish I can get my hands on chaga. Down here in Florida, it's a no-go, and most folks do not want to part with their chaga.
You can, Jess is dropping a link in there that you can actually buy, and I did the research on it, and it is really good stuff for a decent price. I mean, because if you look at it like a double extract, now you have to make it yourself. This is just the ground chaga. So you're going to have to make the extracts and the tinctures yourself. But if you go online on Amazon right now and you look for double extract of chaga, the good stuff, you're looking at $40 an ounce.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's
chamomile and mullein are tranquilizers. Yes, gardening gives me anxiety. Just saying. I hear you, Northern girl. It can be. It depends, man. If depending if you're when you're gardening, if you're learning, it's just fun. I'm having a good time learning it. But I can imagine, especially if you're using it in a survival situation, how important some of the stuff is that you're trying to grow.
If a lot of people where they get anxiety is weeding. Weeding is a nightmare for gardeners. But with the black tarps, going on the hoops, getting stuff off the ground, it becomes enjoyable because, like Grey experienced too, is that you grew that. So that fruit or whatever you're growing, that vegetable, you put the seed in there, you planted it, you made it become a plant, and you got the fruit off of it. It's very enjoyable.
North Cal prepper Jason asks, Mark, what about ashwagandha for anxiety?
We have Moon has used that. I have not, and I have mixed feelings on it. I know some people it works very well. I know other people that it doesn't work so well. I can tell you that the one thing that works probably better than anything would be the CBD oils or the actual plant itself.
The Bee Lady, which book are you referring to? I might have missed something. What's up, Blake?
Hey, Blake. Good to see you, buddy. And if you guys are looking for these books, the book challenge, they're all listed in there. So you can go down and you'll find a link for the Amazon link to get the books. I think Grey has his in his links too.
Tipsy Gypsies, how much cider a day?
Apple cider is, you're talking apple cider vinegar or are you talking apple cider because they're different?
We had some more people jump in. I think I saw Bew Eagle Wings said something great idea about the frozen pucks. Jam at the Nut House is in the house. The one Mark is holding up.
Oh, that's the almanac.
That's a nutrition almanac.
Grey or Harvey just can put the link in for the book challenge, and in the bottom of the book challenge is the Amazon affiliate link for me for these books. All the books that I have are there. Grey also has it on his if you put it in place.
And Tipsy Gypsy said yes, apple cider vinegar.
So apple cider vinegar, number one is start out. I think my mom was up to 2 tablespoons a day, and she took one in the morning and at night. She mixed it with water. You can mix it with honey. Just drink it through a straw because the acidity is hard on our enamel on our teeth. So you want to be careful of that. But now if you're going to go if you're making your apple cider vinegar yourself, that's great. Awesome. Good job. If you're buying apple cider vinegar, the only one that I will stand behind is the Bragg's. That has the mother in it, and that's what you're looking for. But you're absolutely, by starting that, Apple cider vinegar is awesome for the gut. It is great to restart and reboost your energy and get you on the right track.
Arc Wildman, you are right on the money. Passion flower is great for anxiety. As we speak right now on this live stream, Lady Grey is dropping passion flower, getting ready to grow. So as that grows, I want to share that with you because it's a beautiful plant as well. All right, and Phoenix, back to your question, way in the beginning, Phoenix. If Harvey can find it, if not, I might be able to find it. I did a review on a solar power brick. Now, in Mark's situation where it gets freezing cold, depending on your environment, the solar power brick that I use works great for me to charge my phone, my laptop, my flashlights, and a bunch of other things like that. It's a good size power brick. I would get it, but it's in my get home bag in my vehicle at the moment.
I'll go hang on a second. I'll get you one.
Roger that. But it works well for me. I did a video and a review on it, and in that video, I have links to it down below. Some folks have bought that through the link, and they had told me that they're glad they bought it. It's a solid device. So if Harvey finds it, because I won't be able to look for it at the moment, if not, email me, Phoenix, and I will send you the link to that video as well. Can't wait to see it. Yeah, agreed, Survival Julie. I think it'll be awesome. She's dropping a bunch of seeds in right now as we speak. She is putting all kinds. She's doing the peppers. We're doing a, what is it called? The big thing, the sunflower, peppers, the passion flower, a bunch of things. She's dropping things in today. I did take a look at the garden, folks. It's exploding. It's getting huge, and we got to get our cages for our tomatoes and stuff like that. So I'll be doing an update on that as well.
Yours might be a little bit bigger than this one is, but this is a dual pol, and this is 30,000 MA.
Is that the solar or just a brick? Okay, it's a solar.
That's the solar one.
If you see the one that Mark has, mine has more of a has 4 solar panels that kind of come off it for faster charging.
Yep, and that is enough to my RAV power. So if you guys ever watched out, I'm a full believer in the RAV power banks. I use this on my 7-day extreme challenge. I got 2 of them. I got a really big one, and then I have this one. This one is enough to charge your laptops, your cell phones. This little device here is enough to charge this up. Problem is that it takes a while. I actually have 2 of these. And these you can plug in duals, and you can actually charge off of 2 of them, which is really nice.
Yeah, they come in extremely handy. Let me see if I can. Let me see. If you guys give me 1 second, I will find the link to that video. It was early on in my my YouTube days, so I'm pulling it up. I'm going backwards real quick. Harvey might have it before I get it. I'm scrolling really quick. I know I have it here somewhere. I know what the thumbnail looks like. And I am scrolling fast.
Man, I had a surprise for one of your. I was hoping somebody would give you a super chat tonight because I got a surprise for you.
So you heard that. Mark said if someone does a super chat, there's going to be a surprise. I don't know what Mark's talking about while I'm looking for this video. I'm surprised Monty and Gardner Josh aren't going at it. That's usually great entertainment. Where is this video at? No wonder why Harvey's probably like, I can't find it either, Gray. I know I have it here somewhere. Why can't things be easy to find?
And while he's looking for that, guys, yeah, go blow up them videos, guys, because maybe you guys can get me out of the YouTube nut house. You got me buried.
There's the machete review. Where is it at? Oh, I found it. Found it. Yes, finally.
Oh, there's one right there. The nut house gotcha.
She got my video up?
No, there's Dragon too. Look at them all come in now.
Oh. Oh, thanks, JM, for the super chat surprise. Dragon, always appreciate that. And Monty, you are the first. So you 3 are the first in June, and you guys, of course, you guys know how it rolls. We'll be doing this Super Chat of the Month giveaway for June. Again, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Super Chat giveaway for May. And I got a good prize, or prizes. You never know. North Cal Prepper Jason, thanks so much. Appreciate that, brother. And let me drop this link while I'm still remembering what's going on. The link that I just dropped is the link to the video for my solar charger. So if you guys want to check that out, you guys can kind of get it. It was in my early days, so forgive the production value, but I tried. But it's a really good charger. I've had nothing but good things to say about that. Oh, is that what you were talking about, Mark? That's the super chat dance or something? Yeah, you probably thought you were probably talking about a prize or something. Mark got us with the what is it called? The clickbait. Clickbait.
Yep. Super chat dance. Super chat dance.
That is all. Oh man. But thanks so much. Thanks so much, everybody, for the super chat. It's truly appreciated. You guys are awesome, folks. And hopefully you guys saw that link and go check out that video if you like. I have a lot of great content, at least I feel personally, down on some of my older videos. If you guys ever get a chance, kind of go check it out. Tiny Titan. Which one are you talking about? What are you talking about, Tiny Titan? Are you talking about the solar charger that I went over? Because I've beat the crap out of that thing. I've taken it on hikes. It's always in my get home bag. I'm consistently using it, bending and beating the crap out of those solar panels. It's been rained on, and it's still kicking hard.
Yeah, I beat the crap out of this one too. Two of them.
JM just got rickrolled. LOL. No, I don't feel so bad. You guys are awesome. You guys are cool. I love you. What's up, T-Bolt? How you doing, man? Thanks for joining us this evening. No Harbor Freight stuff. I got you, Tiny Titan. Yeah, Harbor Freight has its ups and downs. Believe it or not, Tiny Titan, Harbor Freight has some really good, what's the word I'm looking for? Shade cloth for a decent price compared to Lowe's and Home Depot. And that's awesome. You guys know that anything when it comes to super chats and members and all that stuff like that, I find ways to give back to you folks because you guys are awesome people. What I was going to say, that just sparked something in my brain. There's going to be something in the community tab for members only, because I am getting inundated with a lot more emails. So I know some folks said I should do something separate, but I'm going to do a specific email. It's going to be something that I'm going to share with you members. It's going to be a member only email so that you guys can reach me. And I can kind of get to those faster than getting through my other emails, because I'm getting a lot of stuff in. I don't know if I showed you folks. I got to do a review. I got my first thing sent to me. I got to do a review on this product. It's a solar radio and crank handle thing. I got to do a review on that here soon, so you guys will take a look at that. It may be a good review, it may be a bad review. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Here I go. I got something to show you too. Right back.
And I also got something else that sent me they're doing reviews. So I guess I'm getting cool enough where people want me to do reviews of their products, which is pretty cool. CB, cinnamon is an antifungal, anti-inflammatory, all the bad stuff. Cinnamon, what is it else? What is the other word? It starts with a T. Starts with a T, folks. I know you guys can. What is it? Oh man, Mark, save me. Cinnamon. It's related to cinnamon. The other thing, maybe you guys will catch it for me. I'd rather put the money for this than movies and entertainment. I appreciate that, Jam. What's up, Laura? Dragon Mark is going to come back with a solar-powered boom box, right? Turmeric, thank you, folks. Thanks, Northern Girl and JM. Thanks so much for the turmeric. I don't know why. Keto, there you go. Colleen, Tipsy Gypsy, Sherry Leach, all you guys got it. Thanks so much. Turmeric. God, I don't know why it just besieged me for a minute. What's up, Miscellaneous Mitts? CB, yep. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Did you lose it, Mark?
Yeah, I had it. I was going through some boxes when I was changing some scopes out, and I saw it. All it was the exactly the same thing that you have. It's an emergency radio, got a crank charger, it's got the solar charger, it's got the lights, and then it's got the USB plug-in so that you can charge your devices. But it works wonderful.
Mrs. Monty's in the running as well with a fist bump super sticker. Thank you so much, Mrs. Monty. Mrs. Monty, I'm hoping that you'll win one of these times because it's really cool to have Mrs. Monty in the house. And if she beats Monty, it'll be epic.
I did. I found it. Here it is.
NorCal, you're right. Grey Nation is winning. We only got one thumbs down. So somebody out there doesn't want to learn stuff. Someone out there doesn't want to learn educational stuff about homesteading and wild medicinal plants. There's some person out there that just doesn't like what we're talking about. But hey, Thanks so much for watching regardless.
I probably know who that person is.
Yeah, there's always somebody. There's always somebody. Thanks, Milkmaid. I appreciate that. And that's another good one, Harvey. That is another good video that I did. Laura, thanks so much for the super sticker. And for some of you new folks, if you guys were wondering what's scrolling across the bottom, probably North Cal. Anytime someone super chats or does a super sticker, every time you do that, be it 99 cents, it could be anything. You get an entry. Matter of fact, Klingon Princess told me she's going to stack the deck and start super chatting 99 cents every time she sees me in chat. So by then she's stacking the deck. So however you guys want to do it, at the end of every month, I count how many entries everybody has, and then I give something away. Monty was May's winner, and Monty won a good bundle of stuff. He told me he was pretty excited about it. This month's winner will be chosen Thursday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. Sorry to be repetitive, but I like to pound that away. You know what I mean? And I think this gift will be a nice, awesome giveaway. I'm going to keep on switching the gifts up and getting intriguing with it. Thanks so much, Laura, again for the super sticker. You're awesome. Let me see. Somebody is a party pooper. Yeah, right, CB. There's always one. That's just how it rolls. It is YouTube. We can't make everybody happy. Who makes the solar brick? Spaceballs, are you talking about the solar brick that I did a review on? Is IE Safety? IE Safety. And then links in chat somewhere. Red Burning Fire.
Asking about autism.
Doc Mac, thanks so much. Rolling Plant for Autism High Functioning. Appreciate that, Doc Mac. And Laura, again, thanks so much for the super sticker. You guys are phenomenal people, and you guys know this. What I like about doing these interviews is digging into Mark. Believe it or not, folks, we've been doing this for an hour. We hit an hour already, and it just seems like it's flown by. Zane, thanks so much for the super sticker. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. And Zane, I'm going to be showing something on Thursday. Remember the $24 gift card you won? And you wanted me to donate that. I'm going to show where I donated that to. And Arc Wildman, I know you're in here too. Mailed your gift card out today, so you should be receiving it hopefully within 3 to 5 business days or however the mail works. What's up, Patricia? Let me see here. Am I missing anything else? Fingers to get that way when I do cider too from ginger and turmeric. Virtual flower scent. That is awesome, Northern Girl. You know, but what I was saying is all the amount of information inside this chat is unbelievable. Like there's so much good information here along with my guest. Prep for it. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you so much.
That's what I said about everything is, you know, that's what's so great about our community is that you can learn so much from just being in these live streams and these chats and having these conversations. And guys, believe it or not, YouTube doesn't, you know, Google, all of those places don't want that information out because you know who runs them. And that's where my whole journey started from, was trying to get away from those guys and being part of by myself. I want to be in control of myself. I want to have the ultimate decision and not having somebody else have it. So it's awesome, and kudos to everybody for supporting Grey and helping us out and keeping this all going, because it wouldn't be for you guys, we wouldn't have anything anyway.
T-Bolt, thanks, brother, for the super sticker. You're awesome, man. I'll have to owe you a bottle of juice or something. He's a local. He works with me. He's a great dude. Laura, thanks again for the super stickers. You're just keeping them coming, aren't you? Let me see. Zane, it was not me who won the gift cert, but it would be. If it was, I would have had you donate it. Smiles. Well, then who was it? Someone asked me. Now I'm gonna have to go watch that video and see who won that, because now I'm going crazy. Are you sure it wasn't you? Who was it? Who could have been it? Who was it? Now you got me crazy. Maybe it was B Charming. B Charming, are you in chat? Was it you that won it? No. I hate getting old, Mark. I hate getting old.
Sucks.
And Milo asked a question, and Milo, I don't really know if there's anything that you can grow in your garden that would supplement cannabis.
The only thing that I think that's closest to that would be CBD.
Right. CBD is the non, psycho. Yeah, you guys got me. Doc Mac asked, any suggestions for high functioning autism? That's a good question, because I don't know that one.
I've never dealt with autism before. The one thing I had a friend of mine that was his son was it wasn't autism, but it was like ADHD, but to the extreme. And they found out that the high potency coffee, which what does to us is picks us up, it actually mellows them down. It was an opposite effect to them.
So caffeine.
The caffeine was the thing that switched it around. But I've never dealt with autism before at all, so I wouldn't know that.
Laura, again, thanks for the super sticker. I'm behind Monty. I like that super sticker, Monty. That is pretty cool. And I get the meaning behind that. That is pretty hilarious. North Cal Prepper, thanks so much for the super chat or super sticker. I'm getting mixed up with super stickers and super chats here. Pretty awesome. Keto Homestead with Jess says, check out autism and keto. Interesting. That is very interesting.
That I forgot. Gemma and Jess did a live stream talking about autism and with how keto. So there's a really good answer to that. So whoever was asking about the autism, go check out that video. And if Harvey can probably drop that link quick.
Johnny Angel, welcome. Time for exploring. Welcome. Survival Juliet, thanks so much for the super chat. Carrie Lunsford, what is up? I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. I hate when I do.
B-Lady Fire Cider is totally different. It is made with the apple cider vinegar, but it's totally different. Fire cider is a great way to knock any bug and out of the water. I have used it for years and years and years. It's a great thing to have. Very simple.
Good to see you, Pantry Mama. Johnny Angel, thanks, Milkmaid, for that. I appreciate that. Dragon, thanks for the super sticker. I'm missing stuff. I'm getting left behind. Laura, thanks for the super sticker. This is the most super stickers I've ever gotten. Survival Julia, again, with the super sticker. You guys are just pumping them out. Monty, what's up? Not great for the super sticker. You guys are killing it. You know, I want to say super big thank you to you folks. You guys know that I truly appreciate the things that you guys do in regards to supporting the channel. North Cal Prepper Jason, thanks again. That's an interesting super sticker. I have not seen that one. Matter of fact, I'm behind on certain things. I got to Laura again. Thanks for the super sticker. I got to answer all the comments on my last video that I did. I got to go and spend about 20 minutes answering everybody's comments because I'm really good about that. Dragon, nice unicorn dragon. Liking it. Prep for it. Thanks for the super sticker. Are you guys trying to turn the screen like a rainbow or something? I forget. Someone said that you get a rainbow sometimes. Joe Morgan says y'all are stacking the deck. Hey, it's a good idea, right, Joe? It's a way to get an entry in, man. I truly appreciate. I think it's really cool. Have you guys noticed Rudy is taking kind of what I'm doing here with the Super Chat of the Month giveaway and incorporating into his channel as well? I think it's really cool that Rudy is he's going to be giving away a silver coin or something like that. One of his silver coins or 30. I think he has like 20 to 30 silver coins. I'm here. Okay. Y'all are stacking the deck. Monty is digging the stickers. Me too, Monty. It's pretty cool. We are probably getting way off track. I mean, who knows where we're at. Laura again with the super sticker. Oh, man.
Lady too with the fire cider. I'm hoping that you have your own horseradish root, because by making it that way, you're going to have so much more potency behind it.
North Cal Prepper, thanks so much for the super sticker as well. Oh, hold on. I got somebody else. Karen. Oh, things are jumping on me now. That was North Cal. Karen, autism, imbalance, probiotics, and get the gut.
So then for Karen, the thing is go make your fermented cabbage. I just did a video on fermented cabbage because you're making your own probiotics, and it's 10 times stronger and healthier than if you go buy probiotics at the store.
Dragon, thanks again. Survival Julia, thank you so much again. You guys are going crazy. Zanahe with the super sticker. Wait till Mrs. Monty gets a hold of his phone. Oh, Mrs. Monty. Laura again with the super sticker. Dragon again with the super sticker.
That's a noob.
I'm looking at this window over here, and it does look like a rainbow. We have like red and yellow and blue.
I did the new one. I did the new one on you last time.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That is awesome. All right, folks. Do you guys? What is fire water? Pantry Mom was asking, what is fire water?
It's fire cider, and it is a great way to help fight with the bugs and stuff in the fall. So what we like to do is we like to make it here in the summertime so that we're ready for fall time. And it has garlic, it has onion, it has some of the hottest peppers that you can handle. So for us, that is like a Russian roulette compared to what we got growing here. We use our homemade horseradish that we have been gifted from my uncle from way back on the other side of the pond. And then you can find it so many different places online. There's so many things about the fire cider. I actually have a book that is right here.
While he's doing that, Red Burning Fires, thank you so much for the super sticker. North Cal Prepper Jason, thank you so much for the super sticker. Tasha, Prep For It, thank you so much for the super sticker.
So the two new books that I got for the, I don't want to say it's not a, for the homestead bookshelf, is I have this one here has been really interesting. It's Modern Herbal Dispensary. And then I have this herbal medical herbs. And what I like about this book is that it shows you the recipe, how to make all your tinctures. And this is one of the first books, like somebody asked me a while back ago, which is the best book that you can get for your herbs and your plants and identifying. And I can't say that there's one because I have many that I have to reference to for that one thing. But your fire cider is in this book. So that's where you're going to find this.
D14 Jabs, thank you for the super sticker. Laura again with the super sticker. Gardner Josh with the super sticker. Jam at that Nut House with the super sticker. You guys are killing it tonight. You guys are starting June off with a bang. Zane with the super sticker. Oh man, you guys are North Cal Prepper Jason with the super sticker. You guys are killing it tonight. Man, you guys are phenomenal, folks. What Milo on the Ready says, for those of us that might not know, what is a tincture?
A tincture is when you're taking the properties from a plant, from a medicinal plant, and you're extracting the medicinal values of that plant, usually with a high potent alcohol. I've seen it done with some of the, here's an oil out there. Jess will know if she's still in here because we were just talking about it the other day. But it is, so let's just take garlic. You take a garlic clove. You can actually put that into, fill it halfway up with garlic cloves, fill it all the way up with 100 proof alcohol, preferably a non-grain alcohol, like vodka's the main purpose one that we go to. And you let it you put it in a dark place for 6 months. And then you pull that off and you drain that out and you'll have a tincture. Now, garlic is an antifungal, antioxidant. Gray can testify what garlic will do for teeth. If you look at bacteria in your mouth, it's not only does clover work or cloves work, clove oil, but garlic is a very good one.
Garlic tincture, man.
Yeah, tincture is going to be more potent than what the garlic clove itself is because you're extracting all of that good stuff out of there. That's the sole basis of a tincture.
Mrs. Monty, thank you so much for the super sticker. Dragon again with the super sticker. I'm not going to forget you guys. I just don't want to cut off Mark with the thing. Laura again with the super sticker. I see it on this side. I figured it'll pop up here in just a second. Thanks so much, Laura. Jam in the Net House says, an herb or such dissolved in alcohol, basically. That's a good way to put it, Jam.
Yep.
GreyMan, what did garlic do for your teeth and how did you use it? So I took a piece of garlic and minced it up. And then, where it's, in pieces, not like a garlic clove, and I minced it up. And then I put a big chunk of it or the pieces of it in my tooth. I had it was irritating. I was in pain and like some sort of infection. Something was going on with the tooth where I was feeling pain. I stuck the garlic there for about an hour and then rinsed my mouth out with some salt water after that. And the pain was gone. So it was just very helpful. And it's just it's an anesthetic, not anesthetic. It's a
antifungal,
an
antibiotic.
An antibiotic. There we go. Mark is the expert when it comes to this. North Cal Prepper Jason, thanks so much for the super sticker. D14 Jabs, thanks so much.
Right.
Great emoji. Great emoji.
For those people that are looking for the fire cider, so it's a half a cup of horseradish root. It's 1 medium onion chopped, half a cup of fresh garlic or ginger root grated, 1/4 cup garlic mashed, 2 jalapenos. That's where I said I go to the hotter side of things. 1 lemon zest and juice. So you're going to balance it. So if you don't know what the zest is, that is when you wash a lemon off really well to the outside, and you take that on your grater on the small side of things, and you're getting not the white portion, but just the yellow portion. That's the zest. And 2 tablespoons of dried rosemary leaves. And you put that all together, and I top mine off with apple cider vinegar that we make at here. So I'll fill the whole jar up with apple cider vinegar after it does, and you let it sit for 6 months.
And Dragon, you're right. I did make a poultice. Time for exploring. What about growing hemp and selling it to distributors to make hemp products? Is it profitable? Time for exploring. Actually, in Alabama and certain places that I dealt with as a company, yes, if you buy acreage and you grow hemp on there, it can be extremely profitable depending on where you're at. So it can be, because you can do a lot of stuff with hemp.
So Milo, and for DE4 jabs, I use ghost peppers or reaper peppers in mine. So if you want to crank up that a notch, there you go.
Vic Clark says, one of the information here is there a substitute for peppers because of an allergy?
So now, okay, so you're allergic to peppers, or you're allergic to the capsaicin in the peppers?
And Doc, okay, while you're doing that, Doc Mac wants to see that book again.
This is called Modern Herbal Dispensary. This is a new one that I'm going to be reading. These 2 books go hand in hand. So this one and this one, I highly recommend getting them together, because so far I've been referencing between the 2 of them. So they both have tinctures. They both have recipes in there for each one. So it's a very, they work well together.
Agreed. Unbroken says, sorry I'm late. Did he talk about osha root or tinctures and cooking off the plant residue and adding it back in?
Who said that?
Unbroken 1010.
Unbroken 1010. And where's that? I didn't see that one.
It's between Doc Mac that asked to hold the book up and prep for it. Speaking of books, this is one of the books I'm going to be talking about in my book thing. Is I love this book so far. It's specific to Florida versus some of my other books that I have here, because I have tons of books.
Yeah, I don't know about the osha root, but I know as far as tinctures, sometimes you do it. Yeah, if you ever made syrup, you're cooking them down. When you're doing that kind of stuff, you want to keep that at a low boil. It says bring to a boil, and then you want to steep that off. That's what we do with some of it. Like if I'm doing thyme tincture is very good for colds or coughs or something like that. I will steep that I'll bring it to a boil, and then I'll set it off to the side, and I'll steep that down, and then reinduce it and squeeze everything out of it.
Try habanero.
I'm not a good one for habanero. I don't like the waxy flavor.
Thanks, North Carolina Prepper Jason, for the super sticker. Yeah, we were going in the super sticker craze, huh, folks? That was insane. Northern Girl was like, "This is a great super sticker chat." And I sorry to interrupt so much with the super stickers. I just want to give those folks recognition when they do something like that. So I do apologize in advance. What's up, Roaming Prepper? How you doing? Vic Clark says, I'm allergic to the capsaicin in the peppers.
That's what I thought. There are people, I heard a story a long time ago when the ghost pepper first came out. The Trinidad ghost pepper was actually grown in Trinidad. And one of the people there actually died from that pepper. So the ghost pepper got this big uproar because this person died from eating the pepper. To come to find out, he was exactly what he's talking about here. He was allergic to the capsaicin, which it closes your throat, doesn't allow you to breathe, and you suffocate yourself. So in that instance, I think I would try to find, I know some people are to the point where they can't even have black pepper, and there's no capsaicin in black pepper at all. It's just they're just worried about it. There are other avenues for opening up the blood vessels, but I hate to say it, the capsaicins are probably one of the best ones to do it. So I would, one of the things that I do know is that people have to work up to that point. And like it's like a bee sting. if you get stung by that bee one time, you might not have allergic reaction. But each time that you get stung by a bee, your chances are up and up and up. So I would just pretty much stay away from anything that has capsaicin in it, just to be on the safe side. I wouldn't take anything like that.
Folks, we have 97 likes in chat and only 2 dislikes. Someone must not like the super stickers, but if we're 3 away from 100 likes, if anybody hasn't liked the video yet, I would be truly appreciative if we can get to 100. Time for Exploring says, is it hard to grow hemp in Kentucky at GreyMan? I'm not in Kentucky, but knowing the plant hemp is a weed technically per se, and it grows wild. I know in Iowa and a bunch of other places. So I'm pretty sure it can be. I can do some research. Time for Exploring. You can email me and I can get that research back to you. I don't mind doing that, but I will do something. Or if you're on the next chat, I'll tell you what I came up with as well.
You're at 101 now, 103 now.
Thanks so much, guys. You guys are phenomenal.
The dragon's breath was not there yet. It was the ghost pepper that actually killed that person. But now the new one that's out is called the dragon's breath, and that one probably has somebody too. I'm telling you guys, anything that's 2.5 million on a scolding scale, it's not something to play with. I know when I grow the plants, if you each get scratched by the leaf or the oils on the leaf will start to burn and have a reaction on the skin. So when you start playing with these hot peppers, just be mindful of that. And the oil does not go away. So if you think you're going to wash your hands and go do the duty, still be careful. You don't want to be hopping.
Doc Mac, thanks for the super chat. Wife actually watched and took notes. Thanks for the info. I'm assuming most of the info came from you, Mark. So he's thanking you. And Survivor Julie.
Thank him to come over to my side of the land, you guys.
Yes, you guys got to check me and Mark on every other Tuesday on his channel. Survival Julia, is there a tincture for yellow fly bites?
It's not a tincture. It is a pulpus, and it's the plantain plant. You chew that up, and you make it into a goo, and you stick it on your arm. I showed Grey today. If you can pull that up on your phone, Grey, the plantain.
That I can.
That is great for bee stings. That is great for any kind of bites that you would have. And it's more or less an instant reaction to it, which is kind of cool. So you get bit by a bee or a bug or a mosquito.
Did you say the plantain?
Yeah.
Let me see if you guys can see that there. See if my I'll focus on that. There we go.
There it is. It likes to grow in the garden. Guys, the other thing too, I mentioned this to Grey. If you are going to start and get into the wild edibles, medicinal plants, please think about the roads. I have my goal, and what I say to everybody is stay 100 yards from the road. Some people say even up to 200 yards, because if you think of what roads have, you have the tar, you have the car. Like I was telling Grey, if you've got some hot rods running around that they didn't put the return line on their tank, it's blowing fuel out the exhaust. All that stuff is contaminating the plants that are in that area. So go at a distance and stay away from the side of the roads.
Phoenix, you're correct. I tell everybody when I discuss medicinal plants and herbal plants is to check with your doctor before taking anything. You know what I mean? Because there are some interactions with herbal plants and medications that you can be on. So you are correct in that, Phoenix. Thanks for sharing that.
And there's other plants too that you don't want to be taking if you're taking certain other ones. Some of them are compatible with each other and some aren't. I know a few of them that it says if you're on anything else, you're supposed to stop, let it clean out of your system before you go into that one. Like barberry is a very strong antibiotic, and that's one of those. Skullcap is another one. Skullcap and vervain was used for many, many years. Those two are compatible with each other, but they make them very potent. You have to be very understanding of what you're using, have good knowledge of what you're using, and make sure, there's always that test. So if you're doing this out in the wild, you have the test, use that test, and make sure that is not going to have a reaction to it.
Yeah, Harvey Black, and that's exactly what Mark is touching on, is toxic soil within a quarter mile of roads. You have to think of the fumes that come out of vehicles, the oils, and that leak out of cars. Also, the reason I was talking to Mark about it is here locally, the mosquitoes, they spray a chemical in all the retention pond, not the retention ponds, but the ditches and stuff where water pools at. the irrigation areas, along the sides of the roads. And also they spray chemicals in the air for mosquitoes, which, like I said, anything that's in the air, it's going to eventually settle. So the further in, away from roads and urban areas, that's the more ideal places to get these medicinal plants.
Moon's in here now for a lot of these questions with the CBD. I see her there. That plantain leaf. She just mentioned that. And Boo Boo, or Boo Boo. Do you know a good way to find or obtain ghost? I'm guessing he's saying pepper plants instead of pipe. I'm thinking he says pepper plants. You can order them online. The seed is the easiest way to do it, and you can buy the seeds to plant them. You got to remember ghost peppers, any of those real hot, they like hot environment. When I grow them, I pretty much grow them in a greenhouse environment from start to finish because they do not like cold weather at all.
Someone said, Kelly, yes, clove does work great for toothaches as well. We had touched on that. Anime Mom, thanks so much. I appreciate that. Love the show. Thank you so much, Anime Mom. If you have a channel, I got to check you out because I like to explore my options. I like to visit other people's channels. So thanks so much again, Anime Mom, for that super chat. Appreciate it.
No, ghost pipe, not ghost peppers. No, I don't know what a ghost pipe is.
Ghost pipe is a pain plant. Ghost pipe, interesting, Dragon. So you don't know what that is either, Mark?
No, I use, like I said before, a lot of stuff, like we use wild lettuce. We have that growing by us. And we do a lot of that kind of stuff. A lot of these different plants in different areas. Like Gray went out. When he first started with the wild edibles, we talked a lot. I gave him some general idea of what's going on. But then he went and got a book for his environment, his area, and it's strictly for his state. That is very good.
I saw something that I wanted to, or is it a Karen Tomure? This is why I go on nature walks. If you look at some of my videos that I do where I'm going on a nature walk, I'm exploring water resources. I'm exploring medicinal plants, edible plants. I'm exploring my region, and I'm trying to expand about 50 miles out from my location. In case anything seriously happens, I have options. So I agree with you. Prep for it. Yep. Ghost pipe can be very beneficial for some people. Ark Wildman brought up ghost pipe for his pain in the recent video. Awesome. I'll have to check that out. Have you either of you ever grown or used the toothache plant from the bee lady? Have you toothache plant? Are you familiar with that one, Mark?
The only thing I use is garlic and or cloves. I mean, I've heard of people chewing on wild lettuce, and the problem with wild lettuce is that if it's not processed correctly, going into more of the tincture side of things, it can be harmful or dangerous. You got to remember it is a part of the morphine family. One of the things, some plants are addictive and some aren't. Most of the plants, because as they grow year by year, they change because the seasons are different. But anything like that, playing around with morphine is never a good thing. And when people take this plant to the maximum of it, it turns it actually into like morphine.
Milo on the ready. There's two questions that popped up. Milo, morality question. What will you do if someone shows up at your homestead needing help?
You help them.
And I guess that would determine if we're in a shift event or if it's just something random. You know what I mean? Like if if it's like right now, if someone was to show up, and depending on the situation.
Yeah, I mean, granted, if the towns are locked down and then people are going crazy and going nuts, I mean, yes, you're going to be a little bit more cautious of what's going on. But I'm a firm believer that I was put in this place and that the Lord has put me here and to do what I have, and He's given me what I have. And if I'm that kind of a person that I'll share knowledge and share a couple scriptures, and if He's still here, I'll help him out.
The bee lady, you could be talking about what is it? The cocoa leaf. It's not legal here in the U.S. from my understanding, but in South America, they chew on the cocoa leaves for its medicinal aspect, and it does have some sort of numbing aspect in their mouths. If I'm correct, don't quote me on it, but that's from my understanding.
Jess, you'll have to send me some seeds.
No success yet for the toothache. Oh, so Milkmaid try to grow with. Okay, so Milkmaid. So you've heard of it, Milkmaid? White pine is good for toothaches.
See, on Broken says wild lettuce was used for surgeries in the Civil War. Used very small amounts, sparingly. Yes, it's a very potent herb. It's one of the strongest ones that I know of. See, I have a category. I have commons, I have uncommons, and then I have the top dogs. And those are the ones that are last resort. That if I need something. Here's another one that most people don't know. If everybody in here that is a gardener knows quackgrass. We found out by mistake that it is a clotting agent. Moon got a hangnail on her finger. So everybody that gets a hangnail and finds out when you pull it, it just bleeds and bleeds and bleeds, and it won't stop. Our son grabbed some quackgrass, started chewing on it, said, "Here, Mom, put this on it," and it stopped the bleeding. I'm like, no way. So I had to try it. So one day I got cut outside. I was working. Sure enough, worked just great. So there's another one.
Milo, I can understand where you're coming from, but if you ever watch the documentary and actually how they make that stuff, cocoa leaves are highly processed with a lot of chemicals to make the white powdery substance that Americans like so much, unfortunately. But I would do some research on that because the cocoa leaves themselves are not as bad as what they do to it to make it to what it is. That's the drug problem.
You got to think, guys. Marijuana is an herb. It's a natural plant. The problem is that it's been processed and injected and crossed with all this other stuff. Now it makes it so it's at that point where it's does what it does, and they have that, whatever the high and everything else like that. But a marijuana plant is a natural herb that was out there.
Yeah, there's a long history with that plant in our government. I mean, George Washington grew hemp and so on and so forth. There's a long history. And then the taxation of it and so on and so forth. Things are trending in a different direction with it. So you'll see a lot of different stuff.
Thanks, Doc. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff out there to help. And that's my whole channel, is to help other people. I'm not in this for myself. It's just everybody said that there's a lot of knowledge in his head. Like I told Gray today, you just got to poke at it and get it out of there.
Let me see. The Milkmaid said, "Did crabgrass stop bleeding?"
Mm-hmm.
So yes, that is he is confirming that, Milkmaid. Unbroken, I do believe that as well. I've never used it myself, so I don't know. Probably never will. Bew, that's and you and Phoenix are right on that. There's a couple things that I carry as well, and. See, Mr. Richards every good deserves a second chance to get help. Some people, and you probably won't have access to it, but some of my folks in the sheriff department, they carry a lot of Narcan with them nowadays because of a lot of overdoses, which is plaguing our country.
It's funny. Milkmaid says crabgrass. Yep, I call it quackgrass. So the things in the garden, it has the major roots that run all over and tick us off because as soon as we pull one out, another one pops out. So it's.
Prep for it, you would have to ask Milkmaid because I don't know. I would have to do some research on that because that's the first time I've ever heard of the toothache plant. So I wouldn't know where to get the seeds at, unfortunately.
Heritage Heart, good night. If I missed you, you're saying good night to Dragon. Oh, come on, Dragon. Have a great night at Heritage Heart. Okay, so I think Heritage Heart was looking.
Yeah, Phoenix, usually I'm sleeping. I'm very busy to stay up that late. Correct, Doc Mac. Or hold on, Unbroken. You are correct. Sorry. Agreed, Doc. I had to catch up on that as well. So, folks, do you guys have any last questions? We've been going on for an hour and a half. Usually, I don't like to keep these going too long for the interview process. Mark, are you going back to regular schedule now? Are you going back to normal work schedule tomorrow, or are you doing the 10-hour thing still?
I'm still on 10 hours. From my understanding is that it's only going to get worse. So I'm actually thinking about switching my time so that I can get videos out during the day because, like I said, freak thing happened on Friday. You have to have 3 people in the shop to continue after hours, and there wasn't enough people, so I got to go home early. And then I will obviously today is my vacation. What's going to be nice is here now my vacation started, which means that usually I get every Friday now till October. Put my vacation in so I can have a 3-day weekend.
Harvey, Milkmaid answered that for Tasha at Prep for It.
But you can find us on this coming week. It's on your channel. So we got the morning with Wake Up with Rolling and Gray.
Yeah, do you have anything else coming up, Mark, this week?
Not that I'm aware of. I just put out the book challenge. If you guys could go watch that and help support Jess and the people for the book challenge, which Gray will be a part of here. I'm sure Jess will have a playlist because she started it of all of the different videos for the book challenge. Because so great things about people that start stuff like that. Very interesting thing, and you get to see a lot of different books. I'm hoping it goes and more people get on board with it. I did Gray and Quebec Homestead. So Mallory will be another one with her books in Canada, in Quebec. So
we see, I saw something here. Rudy from Alaska Prepper has jumped into chat right at the end of it. Rudy, we're getting ready to wrap this up.
Good to see you, Rudy.
Let me see here. Simple flow. What did I miss? I'm missing stuff now because we're talking about tomorrow. Books live stream tomorrow night.
Jess says, yeah, there's a playlist. So that's good. You'll find it all there.
For me, what is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday. I need to do the review on that product, so I might do that, or I might go outside. I have no idea. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we'll see how it plays out. And then, of course, Thursday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be having a general discussion. It's an open forum. You never know who's going to pop up or pop in. That being said, we're also going to pull the winner for the May Super Chat of the Month giveaway. So we're going to be out. And I want to say thank you to agreed, Rudy. Better late than never. I agree with you 100%, brother. We're going to see who won and what they won on Thursday night. So we'll be doing that live. And then I'll be, I usually take Fridays and Saturdays off, but like I said, for you members in chat, I'm going to be doing a specific email for you folks because to give you a little bit of a priority to get to me because my emails I'm missing things now, and I don't want to do that for some of you members. I want to give you guys a little extra. What's up, Ginger Prep? I think that about wraps it up. And then next week, me and Mark will be live on my channel on Tuesday. We've been doing this double headers on Tuesdays in the morning and in the evening.
Yeah, and if you guys have any questions, about edibles and stuff, medicinal plants, or you want to start down that road, you can email me, and I can, give you some advice on what you want to look for in some of the starter books that I started with, and go that route. But I mean, it's one of the best things to top off if you're a prepper. One of the best tools I think in that whole prepper box is knowing wild edibles and what your resources is out there, because sooner or later, the stuff that you put on the shelf, it's going to get used up or it's going to be no good. One of the great things about medicinal plants is they're always going to be there for you. So learning them, how to use them is one of the best things that you can do.
Milkmaid, that's the whole goal. Milkmaid said, gosh, this was a great stream and chat, my kind of learning experience. That is the goal behind my channel most of it, 99% of the time, other than Sundays when I do the political realm of things and current events, unless something crazy pops off, and then I'll drop an update on that. But most of the time I want an educational channel. I want folks to learn. I want to learn. I want us all to learn, you know what I mean? To become independent of the system, to be self-sufficient. That's my goal in this journey of mine. And I figure most of you folks as well.
Unbroken, the two best for identifying mushrooms is I'm going to go with the Peterson hand guide. Now the white one here is a medicinal. So this is all about medicinal plants. This one is going to be more of your edible plants. And I don't usually talk too much about mushrooms because mushrooms do have a lot of lookalikes. Most of the time you're going to see morels, you're going to see chicken woods, you're going to see turkey tails, stuff like that. That's a common puffball is common mushroom, but you have to understand there's most of the mushrooms that are out there have a lookalike, and some could be bad, some can be good. So when I very, very rarely talk about that, because I don't want somebody to go and do something that I did and then they find the wrong one. Perfect example is I did one with eating wood nettle, and I had so many comments on that saying, "You're crazy for eating that stuff." That I get near that stuff and I start itching. It's beneficial. It's medicinal. You just got to understand how to eat it correctly and when you can eat it and when you can't eat it and stuff like that. Same thing with mushrooms. A puffball mushroom is delicious. You can fry it up in butter and garlic. When it is at its other stage, to reproduction stage, it is actually toxic to our lungs. So there's stages to things that you have to look for.
Yeah, like I always tell folks, do a lot of research when it comes to certain things. You know, if you see it on YouTube, it's always good to also do some follow-up research. If you're thinking about taking something, you know, talk to your physician if you have a physician, especially if you're on types of medications or you have any health issues as well. If you have a trusted doctor. So
Moon just put up turmeric. Turmeric's another great health benefit, but I know people that if they bleed out easy, stuff like that, they need to stay away from turmeric. So that's why you really want to understand these your wild edibles, your medicinal plants. You know, get into the books. There's so many books out there. Like I said, if you want to learn which ones are the good ones and which ones to stay away, you can email Grey, you can email me, and I can direct you into the right direction. If you go onto any one of our videos, we all have an affiliate link on the bottom, and the books that I would recommend are in that affiliate link.
Yeah, these are some of the edible books that I'm currently using right now. I don't know if you can't see them all because it's hard for me to hold them all up there, but I'm constantly doing research.
Is that all the ones that you got since you met me?
I had two. I got two more from you, plus the one that Moon had that I want to order as well that she had just gotten. I think it was a Native American one. Yeah. That one I want to order that as well. Before everybody takes off, because I see we're starting to drop numbers, I want to say thank you to everybody that's been in chat. I'm truly blessed to be a part of this community. And I also want to say thank you for everybody for all the super stickers and turning this chat in a rainbow. Thanks for all the super chats. Thank you, mods. Thank you, members. You guys are phenomenal people. Truly appreciate you guys spending some of your time with me and watching the channel and supporting me.
Absolutely.
I think that about wraps it up. Is that it, Mark? Are we good? I think we've been on an hour and 42 minutes, a lot longer than we expected to. But, you know, it's I think hopefully you guys got a lot of great information out of this. It was great to have Mark on the channel and actually in an interview format. Of course, you'll see me and Mark on again. So thanks so much, everybody. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Be safe. God bless. This is GreyMan, and I am out. I will see you folks on the rebound.
Take care, y'all.